that will be better. Ik heb het afgezet, ik heb nieuw start.
Ze beginnen wel ronde te maken van te lijken. Goed zo. Hoe zielig jij hier, Didi? Grappig.
So I see that we do have a gap, a 15-minute one actually. I don't see it on. We do see it on MNQ too. So we have a small 15-minute right here. So be aware of that. So actually our stop should be at the lows to be correct.
Ik heb wel eens een gemaakt, 15 minuten.
So this is definitely a bullish structure, guys. Anything's looking different than that. We do have a few gaps just below us, but we can touch these and continue up, of course. So again, if you want to have the upside, my upside target is definitely 23,999. Just before that 400 level. Clean, equal numbers. Hope the stream is better right now. So there's also a 15-minute right now. So we have a 15-minute for value gap right here. So stop should be actually at the lows. But this momentum that we're now making, that looks actually very nice.
Je zegt altijd als de wick langer is dan de vorige, moet je sowieso van onder staan.
Moet de vorige pannen. Oh ja, de vorige niet is het de langste, ja.
Dat is al bewezen, ja.
Dat
is al bewezen.
Dat is al bewezen?
Ja, dat is zo is. Speckles.
Je kijkt.
Wat is dat?
Zie je al de hem?
Je kijkt zo, Lianne. Is er iets?
Nee.
Ja, toch?
Dacht je dat ook met iets
Ik
wel?
dacht dat er iets uit ging komen.
Ik ook, ja, ze kijkt zo. Yeah, my kid just came in and she was really watching, like she wanted to say something and she actually did not. So although it's a decent range, so that's a 3R that we can make out of this trade today. But we have to follow it up, of course. Like I said, I don't see much liquidity pools left that we could take. The only thing we do need to watch is that 50 level number, so that would be right here. So that would be first idea where the market maybe could change a little bit of its hand. That would be around that 23 to 950 and then immediately to the full round number. So when we came in stream, I said immediately if we go up 24,000, if we go down, that would be the 4 hour or the 1 hour gap just below us. But we never tapped it actually. We just start rallying off of open, so that's a good sign. And the better sign is even if we create those new 15 minutes just inside. So if we keep pushing this up higher and we create a new 15 minute right here, that's actually a very nice sign. So that means that we can tap it and continue higher. That's just at our entry, so that's a very nice spot that we're at. So again, I do want to see how we react on 23,950, something around that level. This level here. That could actually be the only thing that I can see that could change us. It's again almost a full round number. That's just before that high here, so for the rest this is actually very bullish structure. Nothing else tells me we want to go lower. Same look at ES, it's even stronger, it's even pushing higher. But ES did take that gap that I wanted to see. So this is that hourly gap right here that we saw on NQ. And ES took it and rallied off of it. NQ did actually not, it just didn't even tap it yet. So I would have been the play. So seeing this get tapped and then move forward would have given way more confident, of course. But ES looks like it already did take it up. So they are fairly correlated. So if you watch ES and NQ, they actually follow almost the same movements of each other. So always keep that in the back mind, that you remember that.
Was de mengelkleur geweest? Nee? Heb je het getint?
Was het mooi?
Ja?
Die paar lintjes gaan we houden. Smaller.
We gaan het oplossen, hebben we gezegd.
Je moet oplossen.
Die paar lintjes, we gaan dat nog oplossen.
Ja, maar oplossen.
Hoe bedoel je?
We gaan het nog oplossen.
We gaan het er gewoon afhalen.
So we're almost at our first target right here.
We houden
So we still got 20 minutes in this hourly, but this still looks
aan de ramen.
very nice. If open comes and we get a push from open together with this, that's what I would love to see. So if we create a 15-minute right here, that would be an excellent spot actually to add off of it to continue that market high. So we don't always get these nice candles. We have been patient for the last 3 days with just sideways movements that we got, so always happy that we see those continuations. We do have to take full advantage of them, that we actually get back what we gave into the market. So I took that hourly off because I don't believe it matters anymore just because he just took it. That's the same at that 4 hour that we saw yesterday right here. He just tapped it and queued it not, so that's just, yeah. If you have a buy limit right in this gap already set it up, that would have been very, yeah, less luck. Yeah, I've had to place. That would have been a very nice trade if you could have put it halfway, but just because that 15 minutes. If you want to be sure, that's the best play actually, to put it all the way down at your stop. Once we create that 15 minute right here, and we tapped it and continue higher, then you can put your stop right here. So that's a 15 minute for value gap, tapped and used to push the market up higher. We can stay up here for the next 3 minutes, then we create that gap. We will tap that gap of course and then continue. So that would look. So after this, that tap and then continue. I do want to see that tap before we actually hit that 50 level. That would be great.
Allemaal hartjes.
Zit er in als dat lief.
Zit er niet op?
Ja, oké. Lief.
Ooit af heb je gisteren. Wat? Oei, gaan ze nog een paar kamers voor toevoegen?
So there's also 5 minutes in this 15 minutes, so we definitely will tap this. My predictions are correct.
Ik weet al voor in de 3 kastjes. Wat we daarin gaan doen.
Waar?
In de 3 kastjes. Daar is weg.
Kerstjes? Heb je kersenkamers?
Wat staat er voor het moment nog in? Het zijn kleine zwarte
Heb je
kaarsen.
kersenkamers?
Kaarsen.
Nee!
Ik heb dat niet gezien. Volgens mij mocht je iets eten.
Mama. Ik bedoel, dat is nu van de foto.
So here we go. So that's the first target I wanted to see.
Het is eigenlijk gewoon een zwart kabeltje. En het zijn er 3 van dezelfde. En ik wil graag dat we daar Zo. We zijn dus op dat festival geweest, niet die, met die daarvoor. Dus op dat, met die uil festival.
Ja, de levers.
Ja,
So, if you ever wonder if we go up and you don't see liquidity pools or where to go to, just remember 50 levels at the last 2 decimates before the comma, of course. That 50 round number and full round numbers always a good place where liquidity is. So if the market makers are playing their game, they actually use those round numbers. They're not gonna say let's go to 23,444 or something like that. They're just gonna put it on 23,950. It's easier.
Is dat mijne? Mag ik even kijken?
Enjoy, John. Have a great one. Good morning, Arjun. Euros, CPI tomorrow. I can't even. Morning. Euros, where have you been, my friend? Haven't seen you for a while. Everything okay?
Bailando in Malaga.
So here we have that second 15 minute now, so we definitely will fill this gap up. So if we just tap that one right here, that would be great. Just see a small tap of this gap and then continue up higher. But I do want to see this rather in the first 10 minutes. The last 5 minutes I do want to see that movement back up.
Don't do personal stuff with this bloody moon.
That's smart. To enjoy life a bit more. Taking screen time off is also good. You don't always need it. You actually don't need it. So if we go further down now, so that would be appreciated to see that tap. So we did not go up to the highs yet, so that's good to see that we first went lower for then to continue high. So you can see that 15 minute it actually not make a wick. So that's a good sign actually. Because candles are actually always almost always form an upper and a lower wick, and this actually, look, if we really zoom in at 50 minutes you actually cannot see any, so that's a good sign that we actually will continue higher afterwards. Most of the candles actually always have an upper and a bottom wick. I believe this one doesn't either. Okay, if you go watch all the candles right here, so they all have upper and lower wicks, so 99% of the candles have both sides of wick. The higher the time frame, the more, of course. If you go to a minute, yeah, you will see them often get without wicks, but actually from 15, 30 minutes and hourly, you almost always have an upper and lower wick. Sometimes a very small one, but remember that too. So if you ever see a candle that doesn't have that, that was a strong push back down too. So I do want to see that tap, but want to see fast reaction back off of it. So I don't want us to stall right here. We do want to see small tap and continuation.
Dan zou je redding dan, zo gezegd. Als je dan deze tapt.
Ja, dat is wel adding kunt zijn.
Als ik bij mij is hier, body close hier.
Als je de boom close zet, dan heb je weer een add eigenlijk. Okay, so now we're 8 minutes in. I do want to see that push up off of this. So we came halfway, that's more than enough. I don't want to see us fall further. So we tapped at 2 minutes even, so that's great. This is what we want to see once we came in this gap. That 5 minutes should not close back in here, so this is a rejection of this area. Long wick, showing us the momentum is still going up. We watch the 15-minute right here, so we can see same, we came in, rejection off of it, so I don't want us to close back inside now. I do want us that push to continue up higher. So that would be actually following that momentum. Same from here. So we closed that gap. So here we should not struggle at all. So we should push further off of this directly if this was a rejection. Or a continuation. So we are moving upwards. So it doesn't matter how this candle closes. This one should now push. So that would actually be the same target as you guys took. I say inventory actually. You guys just played it with the orb. This looks like that continuation movement, so this was actually an entry post spot right on that wick. Continue. The thing is, this is also a low right here and not this low. So it's the same distance actually of a trade. So this I prefer not to see. But if we zoom in then a little bit more, so we zoom in at 2 minutes, so we see that we had a small gap created. So let's be patient, see how we react on the last gap right here. If we push through that last gap, then we are definitely pushing up higher. So nonetheless, this still looks okay. 15 minutes is very bullish structured. So if you ever trade the lower time frames, and you can trade with 2 screens, it keeps you calm. So if you have a less calm mindset when you're trading and your head is going everywhere once you go a little bit not positive and then back green, try to use 2 screens. It's easier. I know you have to buy CMA data, but if you ever want to be a professional trader, you will have to do it anyways. So. Remember, if you don't pay a full year, in about Cyber Monday, that's November I believe, they have a sales for 75 or 80% off for the whole year, so buy it then. They come back every year. So the good thing about this one is actually too that I said I wanted to see that dap get before we hit that 50 level. So that means that we see that continuation, so we have less chance to get reaction off of this. This is why I wanted to see this. If we did first get to that high and then saw that drop, I would have said that this would be the target that we would go to. So market open is about 3 minutes from now. If we push above that 50 level and keep going, we can put our stop after the first 15 minutes. So be patient, because that gap is not fully closed yet. So be patient until we have the first 15 minutes of open done, and then we can put our stop right here at that wick of that 15-minute candle. But wait until be patient until the first 15 minutes of 9 o'clock have passed. So if you want to know my trade, this is actually my trade, what I'm in. So I'll put my entry halfway of that gap, so I'm in this. I'm just below your entry, guys. Not much. And my stop is now there. My stop was all the way here, so I counted it from here. I told you I would show you all continuation movements if they were possible. I still got a 5 limits buy on this orb too, on that lower part, on that lower 15-minute for value gap. Want to see if we do hit that one. So this is why my stop's already here. So if I get stopped on this one, it's a very small stop that I got, and then I want to see if we can hit the last one for that continuation movement still. So that's 2 minutes still open. No, sorry, 30 seconds still open. The countdown bar was after. Mag ik ook nog een beetje hebben? Moment als start terug. So here's open. 3, 2, 1. Let's do its thing. So if we hit that 50 level, if we take out that high, I do want to see that continuation. So I don't want to see us hang around here, fall back, none of that. So once we get to that 50 level, I want to see that push off of it. Especially because we already came down once. So if you want to see that hourly, looks very bullish actually. So we can definitely come back halfway, so that would be the last gap that was still open. That would be that wicks high, so that would be here. The tap and then continue off of it.
Ja, maar heb je nog cacao?
Like no?
Echt?
Thanks, Euros. Love the compliments. Actually, anybody that knows Playbit, I got a nice review from him too yesterday. So he's a supporter of the channel of mine, so I appreciate him still. He's a very good trader by himself. Here we will have that tap. Excuse me. So here I would actually love to see that tap come and play. So we made the first 5 minutes, we came a little bit down, so here we should the next 5 minutes continue. The reason why is we now came into the last 1 minute here. So if we tap this gap here, I want to see that continuation play of that gap. So we can tap it, but I don't want to see that push up.
Alles doen, hè?
Ja, alles gedaan.
Wiskunde?
Ja.
Oh.
Niet in mijn zus. Heb ik niet gehoord?
Dat is een makkelijk stuk. Het wordt altijd gemakkelijker, hè? Eerst leer je, dan wordt het gemakkelijk en zeg je van, ja, wat is dat hier nu? En dan moet je weer opnieuw iets nieuws leren en dan daarna ga je ook zeggen, oh, dat was gemakkelijk.
Like I said, if we tap that 950, I don't want to see us fall back. We do need that push up again. So this is the last part that I could see the market maybe change its hands off of. Anything in between, I see it push straight to that high. This still can play out for the whole morning, of course. Don't get me wrong. So this can still take 3 hours to get there. That's about 50 points, but that's normal. It's London. Maybe I put my arrows like this today. But they do it. We already made that small stuff back down, so.
Ja.
Het is handgemaakt. Gelukkig al genoeg, want ik was het niet hermaken.
Ja, dat is ook waar. En je mengelt.
Nou ja. Wat ben ik al aan het doen? Dat ik bezig. Oh my god. So I said yesterday that my little girl was actually painting the house, and she actually done beautiful. So she painted the ceiling and three walls. So
2 layers.
two layers of everything. So we were done yesterday at 10:30, something like that in the evening.
It was just for not eating. At all for not eating.
So yeah, we're fasting, and if you fast, actually you do way too much stuff.
The time was like
Going
too
very
slow.
Yeah. She said the time was going very slow.
I mean, I thought it was already gonna be 11. That was too slow. I had hungry. Maar ik vind dat ze pas weer kan doen samen met Londen. Ja.
So market is still stalling at this point. I do prefer us not to come back to the entry, but yeah, like I said, we still have a small gap just under that, so we can probably take that liquidity one more time if we're continuing to. Nonetheless, the 30 minutes looks beautiful. We closed up that. The only thing that we do have is a 30-minute fair value gap. Just at the same level that 15-minute left open. The hourly looks very nicely. The 4 hourly still looks bullish, nonetheless. I don't see the market come back down all the way down here. Not if it wants to continue. The only reason why that we can come down is for the opening gap, like I said at the beginning. If we want to go down here, I would target this opening gap, so that would be the only thing that I can see. Yeah, I know, guys. Thank you for helping. My English writing is not the best. Luckily, I'm not teaching you grammar.
Hoe dat je naam zegt.
Dus gaps hier, mijn P's hier. Is it with a P?
Gap is oké. Fair value gap. Gap.
Open gap. Is it with a P or a P?
Een P.
It's a B.
Ja, me.
Wat had je geschreven?
Open range. Well, let me put it like this. Oh, that's stage.
Mr. Jones. Wat is niet Mr. Jones?
Yeah. Luckily, I'm teaching you guys how to trade and not how to write. There you have ChatGPT for. You can use that one. He will help you how to write. So here we have that continuation move. Now we took that high. I want to see that push further up now. So because we took that high, now I don't want to see us come back to that low. Because then it needed that liquidity one more time, and that I don't want to see. Because it took sell side. So if the reason why I want to see now that continuation directly, so that's a 50 level. The reason why is because if it needs that buy side liquidity, this is the area. But it could take it and then continue to that low still.
Some aqua zelfs.
The more you watch this, that movement of those candles in the 5 and the 15 minute, you actually will see how accurate this is all. And you will start making sense of it too. So because of that big rejection here, I knew we were gonna take out that high for sure. And then now we need to be patient and see how we react of this level. So that was the first level I said, 1950 level. So we just hit that, yeah, a half point above it. So this doesn't count, of course. We take that 50 level. And you see how strong that's actually that rejection got off of this. But still be patient. That 15 minutes still looks okay. So we can see that 5 minute got a small push back down. We still have 2 minutes in this, so we can easy go back up in the next 2 minutes. So if you watch this stream, you can see that this is a bullish structure still. I'm not sure that was even worth taking that trade, so that would be 0.7, but small trade, so not really worth it. if we were halfway, that would have been different, of course. That would have been a 1.2, so that could have been already something. But I believe if we push further up and continue that high taking out, then we definitely will go to this high. By the way, anybody that knows how to add to trades, that was actually, if we close above with this wick, that would be that adding spot. We tap the 5 minute right here. If we close that 15 minute above, that's also an adding spot, by the way, so we have the same candles closing above at the same level types. Stops would be that low then, of course. So your entry of this previous one, so this one here, then can go to that low. We don't want to see it come back then. It's up to you if you move it, yes or no. I just say what you can do. So here we get a small push above it. That's the second time now. I do want to see that continuation right now here. Once we tap something 2 times and a road go through it, that means there is some sellers pushing the market here. So if you wanted to add to this trade, that would be the spot right now. That would be the long. Continue to the same height. Nonetheless, this is how many points? That is 21 points stop. So that's 40 points per contract, remember that, with an adding. And you have the first candle still 3.5 points. So that's actually 25 points that you need to count in if you take a first contract. If you have multiple contracts in this one, you have to count $6. Of course, 3.5 points per contract that you have in, of course. So say that you have 2, that's 6, or 7, that's $14. So do the math. So this should be max a half hour, remember that. So nonetheless, you should be only at like max a half hour risk at this point, with the possibility to take a 3 hour and 1.5 or 1.2. Yeah, so that would be a 4 point plus with only a half hour risk. So a very decent play. And a full 4 hour, so that's actually an 8 hour trade that we would take here. The only thing is that was that spot where I wanted to see the market not change its hand, of course. So, but I would take the risk, definitely worth taking it. Half our risk for our play.
Je zegt hier een stop zetten.
Op die weg?
Ik dacht hier.
Ah, maar aan die weg.
Ja, dat zeg ik nu.
Ik zou hem hier zetten op die weg.
Waarom?
Omdat het de laatste 15 minuten is dat we gepakt hebben. So I'll understand why I would take this as my low. Like that, this actually that gap. So the reason why is if we watch that, it's the last 15 minutes before that continuation move. If we go down, we will probably go to this low. There's even one more further down. So we could not add by putting this one all the way to that low because these fair value gaps are still open, both of them. So even if you take that low, there's still one lower. So the only reason that we take that high is because of this. So that was a strong reaction. I don't want to see this actually. Especially not after taking it twice that high. So here I do want to see the market continue immediately. So that was a strong push of that 5 minute right here. So we have a gap. I do want to see that get pushed back up directly. Well, it can hang around here, that's okay too. I don't want to see it come on that wick actually, so I don't want to see it close below that orb of opening itself. I'm very great. I'm being very good, Jürgen. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I know my grammar ain't that best, but luckily there are a lot of people that can write very good, and they love to do it. You should see me write Flemish. That's even the same, and that's my birth language. So. But I learned to live with it.
Wat was dat?
Grammar, yeah. Grammar means eigenlijk grammatica.
Ik heb dat zeker niet geschreven. Dat niet, klinkt echt niet. Ja, kan maar. Ja.
So this is less likely a nice sound, a nice sound. Looks less good at this point. Just that was a big 5 minute going back lower, so I do want to see the next minute get at least to the high of that 5 minute again. So that would indicate that this doesn't count. So if this 1 minute closes below that 5 minute, that's something I don't want to see happening actually. You should all be at a very small stop, so if this 1 minute closes below the next 5 minutes closes below that candle, I would want you to reduce one contract off. So again, if that market closes below this wick, I want you to reduce one contract. Yeah, if you had added and only have one contract inside, okay, yeah. Still. I believe that you normally should have multiple contracts. Yo, Didi man, you're heavy. But for now, this still looks good. Just be patient, the next 4 minutes will show us this 15 minute how it wants to act. That's just what I would do, so I would take a contract off at 23,491 just to keep seeing the market do its thing. But it had some reaction off of this, but not the hardest, so that's okay now. It's just because that level is still in my vision. So you can all see the structure, of course, how bullish this is, especially of that 4-hour rejection from yesterday. So again, maybe something that you don't know yet. If we see a candle get tapped on a 4-hour or a higher time frame for value gap, I had a very strong push off of it. That means actually that the market wants to continue the way that it was doing, that it got rejected off that spot. That can help you indicate what the market actually wants to do.
Dus je in met Telegram contracts was it?
I have 10, how many should I reduce? Oh yeah,
Waar was je mee gestart?
yeah. Where's your stop, Nicolas? And where's your entry? Give me some info. So it's easy for me to say where, but it depends on where your entry is at this point. Is your entry under this week still? Hold that 15 minutes. SL 23.930. Okay, so that's okay. Is your entry above or under your stop? Entry 10, 20, 20, so 9 points. 9 points is $2, $2, 9 points. So let me see. Let me calculate first. 2x9 x10. So that's a 180 point stop that you got. So your entry is right here. That's a good question because you will pop up a lot higher immediately if you take a few off. How many did you enter the last time? If you add it to this trade. So 7 and you added 3, so you should not go up that much anyways if you only added 3 onto this.
Als het 2 is dus.
So 10, 5, 2, so that means... Yeah, I'm calculating, so I'm a bit thinking how much you should take off. I would say at least 3, what you added. We're still stalling, so we're not showing, it doesn't show us anything at this point, so we're just accumulating. So that would reduce a third of that point, so half risk that you add, so that you would say 3x 9 points, that's 27 x2, so that's $50 that you would take off of that from 180, so that would be 1/3 of an hour. that's definitely with 2 points in profit. So that's 12 plus 56, so you'll get $68 off of that 180. So that would be $112 still left. Yeah, I would take off 3. That would be the max. Otherwise your entry will go up too high. So that means if you put on 7, you have 4, so you still have more down here enters than when you took the last one, so you don't jump up too high. Because your entry is already at 39, so if you take 3 up, that will definitely jump you to 42, 43, something like that. So I don't want you to push up too high. Because that entry was right here. So we can see that 15 minutes is stalling at this point, so we did build up a bit of liquidity right here, so on this side. So this is what I expect us to take, and we can probably take that one too. So this is why I don't want to see it come below here. If we go under this, the next liquidity pool is right here. So this is where our stop is. So this is why I want you to reduce. Nonetheless, I still believe my target will be correct. So that's that tap. So if you want to reduce, that would be right. That would have been there. So after we build up this, look, I'm going to just show you. So this is the trend line liquidity that we were building up. So we came it, we tapped it. So once we take out the first levels of that trend line liquidity, most of the times we take it everything out. So the only stop that we still have on our 1 minute is this one. After that, that's this liquidity, and that's our stop. So this is why I said to put reduce the contract right here. So keep in mind that that was our 50 level that I actually expected us that there was a possibility to get short off. So this would be the last minute that actually can hold us. If this doesn't hold yet, that's the next target, of course. So that's that tap. I do want to see that very strong push right now. Otherwise, that will be the next target immediately. So if you want to see that on a minute, we can see that that was actually straight in it, the tap. But that's the last point of resistance, of rejection that we can have, because we took out now that trend line liquidity here. So right here, this one. Now, the only thing that stops us from going higher is this last value gap right here. So if this minute inverts and goes above that high, we will go further up. Because we're still in that going higher momentum, of course. Said by Lisa Spivkov. I don't believe you ever heard of that DJ before me. It's a Belgian one, so she did go to Tomorrowland twice, two or three times. Maybe you heard of that festival. I used to go there when it was very cheap. So if this 50 seconds actually closes at the bottom, that means that we actually have an orb to the downside on opening. So the markets have tested our patience for the last few days. Yeah, it was very fun back then. You could still put your tent where you wanted to. Now they all put you in a very small spot because it's overcrowded actually. It's overpayable too. The first time I went it was not even sold out, so you could just buy tickets at the door. I believe it was around $60 for 3 days. Die mud. Met nice mud. You think people sometimes have a bad breath, man? Dude, you have to smell my cat. That's even worse. It smells like tuned fish. All are waiting for CPI and Fed. Yeah, it's possible too, Bowmans. So again, this is what I don't want to see actually happening at this point. Yeah, because if this was the high of the day, I want to go lower. The target will be those gaps, of course. London still doesn't have it easy either, so there's a lot of buying right here still. A very undecided market at this point. Nonetheless, we've done everything what we could. We have to let the market do its thing right now. How's your vacation, Nicholas? Hope it's fine.
Kleintjes lopen niet ver, hè? Dat is dan niet. Die dan speciaal, hè? Ik denk ook wel dat die groot is.
we got rejected 3 times with our low of our orb too, so the hourly still looks very good. So if we do continue up higher, yes, still that 24,000 would still be the target. Oh nice, swimming at the sea. Fresh water.
It's okay.
Italy, oh. Nice weather too. Oh, sweet, 28 degrees. Living at the sea at 28 degrees, perfect temperature.
Oh, we got 40 graden.
Yeah, we have 40 degrees when we were there. Way too hot. Yeah, same here. Yesterday and the day before was also hot here in Belgium, but at this point it's a bit chilly. The nights get a lot cooler at this point. So still hanging around here, and not much movement. So 9 minutes in the last hour, and that hourly candle. So if the market wanted to go down, it would have done it much faster. So you can see there's not strong pushing down actually. We moved 14 points from the high in an hour, so this is actually not showing us that it has any strength to go down. If we close that hourly, yeah, there's a big possibility that we will tap that FVG in the next hour, of course. Var mijn onderkropsectie? Kan hem eens doen. Family sounds fantastic. Yeah, of course it does. Having time to do the things that you love is the best thing to do, of course. So luckily I found something that I do love. It's teaching. Okay, so here comes that, maybe that drop. The market did stall a very long time to do this. How did the counting for contracts go today, Emily? Everything went correct for you? I think so. Okay, great. Send me a screenshot after. How did you do it, and to make sure that it is correct. Have a nice swim today. Enjoy the vacation. Same for me. In about 6 minutes I'll close the trade. I'll close the stream. You know me by now. 10 o'clock is like the max time that I want to spend after that charts. So 3 minutes, the orb of London itself actually did not break upside or downside, so this is the range. We are in a 5 minute right here, so we went 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks outside, but still did not push below that 1 minute gap actually. So if we see that 1 minute right here, we came into it. So this is that gap. We came into it 1 time here, 2, 3, now we're 4 time 2. Okay, we just created equal highs, so we will take out these highs definitely. Market never creates equal highs. So see that as a lot of buy side liquidity, right? So there's a lot of money above this. Okay, so for everybody, just let it trade to its thing. The next hour there is a possibility, so I'll go over the hourly chart. So we are creating an hourly fair value gap right here. That one will definitely be there. So there is a huge possibility that the market will come first. Once this candle is closed, that it taps this and then continues higher. So let the market do its thing, let it play out. Once it reaches actually the low that we are at, well, it probably go much lower. So this is our low that we are, so we're actually at that point all the way, so more than halfway down that fair value gap.
Gaat de 5 rotate?
Ik heb er eerst een druppel laten invallen ook.
Maar ik heb het afgekust, die heb ik gevoeld.
Tot op je hoofd uit.
I was painting my little girl's hair yesterday.
What? That was not what you were doing. You were painting the walls. It dripped on my hair.
Yeah, she's actually a very good painter. She done it very nicely.
I like painting. I don't like to do this, but I do like to do it with little paintbrush. It's funner. It is. Dad just likes to work
And you were
quickly.
thinking that you were doing the other thing. Je dacht dat je het leuker ging vinden met die roller.
Ja, maar ik vond dat borsteltje zo leuk. Maar dat
The opposite of the mind again.
Ja.
Ja, doe die. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect.
Is dat beter? Go on. Here it is.
So 40 seconds
Oké, ik zoek om een
until that new hourly opens.
Hallo.
Oh, my friend. Hey, what was it? So I'll stay online for the next maximum another 5 minutes after the opening of 10 to see how that first hourly actually responds, and then I'll be off.
Mijn drinkliedje. Hallo.
So here's the opening of that hourly.
Mag je erin? Mag je haakjes zien? Met een goed plaatje ervan.
Nee. Ik heb nog niet warm genoeg voor de deur open te laten.
Oh my god. Wauw, jij bent
Iedereen is anders.
So here comes that tap, so that would be it, and now I want to see that push back up. So that's that 30-minute tap that we had. Oh, that 30-minute tap is a bit low.
Zo warm.
That was the hourly tap actually.
Maar ik heb wel niet meer buiten.
Ik heb warm en toch ga je nog een beetje
So the market
Yeah,
does not
I know.
react of this immediately.
Naar buiten gaan.
Well, looks like a bit less good than, but
Wat doen we? Mama, is het deze ochtend, Evelien, of is het...
mhm.
Nou ja, tussen
Dus nu?
11 en 12 of zo. Ja, tegen dat we daar zijn.
Ga je mee?
Ja, papa wil dat ik mee heb, dus ja, ik ga mee.
Ik ga niet mee.
Oei, wat ga jij hier doen?
In mijn ding mee? Ik
Ja,
ben nog niet
ben je
klaar.
er zeker van?
Ja, ik ben nog niet eens begonnen. Tina.
Was niet
Ja,
zo.
maar ja.
So that will probably be the stop.
Ik kan ook altijd beginnen met de afwas eerst, dat weet je nog gisteren? Dat vond je niet.
So I wanted to see it go
Mama, daar
yeah,
begin
a
ik.
bit lower, not that much. So could reduce. Strong push of this straight into that gap.
Mag ik wel de chipjes opeten dan?
Ja, heb je eigenlijk wel verdiend. Hè. Hoi, streepjes daar. Hallo.
Naar binnen? Hallo, streepje, doe je dat ook zo. Die mensen terug. Ik klap aan de deur. Dat is die manier van vragen. Ik wilde dat de deur open gaat. Die hoor je hoor. Naar beneden. Dan weet wat hij bent.
Okay, market moved nicely. We reduced some contracts off of it, so nothing else that we could have done. Stops were perfectly placed. We reduced when we get into the high. Yeah. Again, market here just stopped under it, so probably we go even to that opening gap right now. Then to head up for CPI and then push up higher after CPI. So, wish you all a great session in London and enjoy. See you back this